In this guided practice, we will be exploring how the physical body can be used as a psychosomatic resource, leading us to ultimately greater mental health and balance. For this, we will be working with the fascia, this all-encompassing, body-wide connective tissue network, really connecting our entire body together, organs, bones, muscles. And most specifically, we will work with the myofascia, the part of the fascia that wraps in and around our muscles. So fascia researchers found that by using myofascia techniques, myofascia release techniques, we are able to tap into the parts of our nervous system that are first of all responsible for achieving a greater ability to see ourselves from the inside, to feel ourselves better. This is called interoception. And when we increase our interoception, we increase directly our body-mind connection, which allows us to be able to hold a better space for ourselves. Something that is really key when it comes to healing panic attacks, anxiety, and even trauma. Secondly, while working with this, our nervous system is sending signals to the spinal cord that activate our parasympathetic nervous system. This is the part of our nervous system that is responsible for the rest and digest ability of our body. And this is the side of the nervous system that is key when it comes to healing. So let's explore. In this class, I want us to look at a few myofascia release techniques. So we'll be working mainly with the area around the shoulder. We're going to work with our pecs muscles, pecs major and minor, the breast muscles, you could call them, and the tendon that really connects here into the upper arm. And we'll be working with the latissimus dorsi, a huge muscle that runs like a big downward facing triangle along the back and connects along the back of the arm into the upper arm. These two muscles, and especially their tendons, tend to hold a lot of tension. So it's really good to work on releasing these. For this, I have a fascia release ball. You can buy these in any sports store nowadays. You could even use a dog ball or a tennis ball, as long as it's quite hard. You don't want to be pushing into it too strong. And I'm going to use a small fascia release roll. You can also buy the much bigger ones that you may have seen before, but I like using the small one when it comes to more specific muscles. So first we are going to put the small fascia roll right there against where the chest meets the upper arm, and you can just feel for yourself a tendon that runs right here and connects into the upper arm. So you want to really put the roll there, and you'll notice when you hit the so-called sweet spot, the pain spot, you'll notice when you're on the right spot. So initially you might feel that this, it actually is creating more pain in a way. It may feel that way, and so hence we might think, oh, it's activating my system, it's actually making me more stressed. But the beautiful thing is that it has that initial spike that creates a bit of extra stress, and then there's a huge sense input sent into our spinal cord that actually does the relaxation, that activates the relaxation. So try and stay with that idea, even if it feels a bit painful at first, and you'll notice when you really stay on a spot, you will feel the tissue starting to relax, starting to release, and then you might hit another sore spot, and as you stay on that, you will feel it even releases too. And this is what's happening on a deeper level in our nervous system as well, and that's the beauty of this practice. So really, you can roll over it with your roll, or you can just stay on one spot and really allow that spot to melt open with the pressure of the fascia roll. I will only be holding the postures for a short period, just to be able to show you the whole practice, but feel free to hold it a bit longer. I would recommend to do each part at least for 2 to 3 minutes. That really allows us to get beyond the initial muscular part and really into the deep fascia. So from the front tendon of the pecs, we move to the back, so you can just place your roll right there where you connect with the upper arm into the upper back. Just find, you might have to move the roll around a little bit. If you don't have a roll and you only have a ball, you can use that too. The smaller the fascia prop, the myofascia release prop, the more you can really get into the smaller pain points, the smaller tension spots. So you can experiment a bit with that and you'll find the spot at some moment. And if it feels at any moment too much or too overwhelming, just come out of it for a moment. Take a few deep, long exhalations. Allow your system to come back to a place of calmness before starting again. Really feel for yourself how much and how long you would want to do this. Making sure that you feel safe in every moment. That's the most important thing here. So now I'm really working on that tendon, that connection, that part that connects the latissimus dorsi muscle into the bone of my upper arm there. And I can really feel it into my shoulder blade and along the back. This muscle really connects down the back as well, so you might notice and even feel some tension releasing from below. And if you need to move it around a bit to find a little bit more of a sweet spot, you can. Feel free to experiment a bit with that. Okay, so again, if it feels good, feel free to stay longer. The last one I want to show you on this is to use the ball and to really get into the deep pec minor, this muscle that even runs deeper than the pec major, the main breast muscle. And the best way to get in there is to take your ball and place it right here on the upper chest, above the breast, and just underneath the clavicle bone. And then we will lean our body weight onto it on the floor. And you'll feel it. When you find a good spot, you can even roll the ball a little bit to find an even better sweet spot if you want. And again, either gently moving the body or just remaining still on one spot and really allowing the fascia ball to dig very deeply into it. You can even relax yourself completely if you want, over the ball. And make sure to continue breathing. Long exhalations will allow the nervous system to really regain its balance even quicker. Feeling how the fascia ball is really digging deep into the tissues, melting it open, allowing tension to release. You can even imagine that with your mind. Imagine all of this tension releasing down into the earth to be recycled, renewed. Letting go. So after about 2 to 3 minutes of that, we will then move to the other side. Always important to balance out the efforts on both sides. So again, first working on the tendon of the pecs muscles right here on the front, then going to the tendon, the upper part of the latissimus dorsi that connects also there into the back of the upper arm bone, and then we will use the ball to finalize on the front, really getting into our pecs minor. So just find the spot. You know, you can take a pillow and place it under your head if you want. Make yourself comfortable, because it's not the most comfortable practice to do, I admit. Even though it has such tremendous effects, it can feel painful. So make yourself as comfortable as you can. Long exhalations. Really finding your sweet spots there. Allowing yourself to release. If at any moment any emotions come up, feel free to allow them. To really allow the body to release even that emotional tension. That's a really good sign if that happens, actually. Also, if there's a need for sounding, for releasing the tension through sound, feel free to follow that intuition. Sounding is one of the most profound forms of healing. Allowing yourself to feel that melting of the tension, feeling it releasing into the earth. And after about 2 to 3 minutes minimum, we now move to that back to that latissimus dorsi. Whew, there's tension there for me. Wow. Make sure you're not pressing onto a bone, but you're really getting into the muscle part. You'll feel the difference. Wow. Feeling that tension really move down the arm, out of the hands. And if the pain is too much, just release a bit of the pressure by using your arm to hold yourself up. You'll find that there's a difference when you really allow the full body to fall over a spot, or if you're helping yourself a little bit with the body. Long exhalations. And then after finishing that part, we will finalize this practice with our pecs minor tendon, so getting even deeper in there now, up here, upper chest, just under our clavicle. Putting the ball there, and again, either using your body to moderate the amount of weight that is coming onto the ball, the amount of pressure, or just relaxing your entire body over that spot, over the ball, and allowing all of the tension to slowly melt out of the ball, out of the body, I mean, through the ball, through the pressure. moving if you need to a little bit. Sometimes staying in one spot can be quite intense. Just by moving, maybe a bit of circular motion around the ball can help also to disperse the pain, and maybe even find an even better sweet spot to stay still on again. Finishing also 2 to 3 minutes on that side, and then just make sure to finalize this practice with a short final relaxation. So coming into a lying posture on your mat, and just allow the entire body to release and relax into the ground, feeling yourself supported. Coming back to long, slow breathing, and really allowing any remaining tension to be taken into the earth, to be released. If you liked this practice, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because much more of this will be coming. And also feel free to share if you know of anyone who would benefit from this practice. It was great practicing together with you. Have a lovely day.